Hey, what's going on everyone? This is going to be our review for The Flash Season 4 Episode 1 titled The Flash Reborn. Now just a quick note that I want to point out before we get started with this review is that the CW is very finicky with reviews and they usually claim basically anything that includes one of their images. I mean, any of our podcasts and reviews have been claimed in the past using basically any Warner Brothers TV image with it, so unfortunately to combat these reviews we're going to have to use kind of like a single image or fan-made images or something like that. So just bear with us, we're working on a workaround for it for future reviews, but that's kind of the situation that we're in. So now this episode opens up with kind of a recap of what has happened in the past 6 months since the end of season 3, and it opens up with Wally and Cisco on their routine mission trying to take down Peekaboo, and they are having some difficulties, and they kind of attribute that to the loss of Barry. Like, they're down a member and he was kind of their star guy and everyone would just support him, and he was the main guy that was out there taking down the bad guys on the day-to-day. One of the things that caught me off guard with this episode was that it's revealed that Iris is kind of like their tech person at Star Labs, which surprised me because I'm like, does Iris even have any like technical experience? I mean, beyond Caitlin and Cisco and HR or Harrison or whoever is standing in for the Tom Cavanaugh character, usually it seems like only they have the technical skills and Iris is just sort of there for moral support, which is weird because now she's operating all their equipment, I guess. I mean, maybe they could have shown her how to do it over the past 6 months, but that was just something that kind of caught me off guard. Now the primary antagonist of this episode is like the samurai character that shows up and wants to destroy Central City if he doesn't get to face off against the real Flash, because they try and trick him a couple times throughout the episode using Wally and Barry's costume or just trying to engage him without Barry around, and they come up empty-handed both times and they realize that the only way they're going to save the city and get things right is to get Barry back. So eventually they do get Barry back, but things are different, and that's kind of the crux of the episode, trying to get Barry back to normal, and then trying to make sure that the samurai character doesn't actually destroy Central City. So that's the main plot of the episode. Overall, my first impressions of this season, not too good. It seemingly has the same writing problems, and just overall not very interesting, which is surprising because I felt that the first half of season 3 was okay up until like the winter finale. Beyond that, I actually didn't watch the show. I caught up and kind of read summaries and knew what happened in the season 3 finale, but ultimately I felt that season 3 was a misfire. And so far it seems like they're kind of going in the same direction. The writing has taken a significant dip, I feel, since the days of season 1 and 2, and it just is kind of a shame because this is their big season 4 premiere. They've been hyping up the show for a while. Season 3 did end on a pretty big cliffhanger, Barry getting locked away in the Speed Force and them trying to figure out where to pick up the pieces from there, and this episode just didn't really do it for me. So overall I'm going to give this episode a 6 out of 10. It wasn't very enjoyable, but there are a couple cool things in it that it does set up, so maybe that'll be something interesting throughout the rest of the season. For instance, spoiler alert here, the episode ends with a teaser of the main villain, or one of the main villains, which is the Thinker and the Mechanic, so that should be cool to see how that evolves, and also learning Barry's new abilities and what he's going to be like this season. But like I said, it was kind of an episode, nothing to get me too hyped up, but leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. What you guys think of this episode, and are you looking forward to the rest of the season now that you have kind of a first impression of it? If you want more reviews for The Flash and the rest of the CW DC TV shows, be sure to subscribe to Hybrid Network. Thanks again for checking out this review. If you want to get more updates from us on our social media platforms, links are down in the description box below, and if you want to see our content improve, consider donating to us on Patreon for exclusive rewards.